On November 6, 2024, at the luxurious Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida, Donald John Trump took the stage to declare his victory in the United States presidential election. At 78 years old, he made history by becoming the second American president to secure 2 non-consecutive terms, following Grover Cleveland in the late 19th century. The atmosphere at Mar-a-Lago was one of celebration and euphoria. Supporters, many wearing red caps with the slogan, "Make America Great Again," cheered enthusiastically. The presence of influential figures, such as businessman Elon Musk, who received praise from Trump during the speech, underscored the magnitude of the event. The 2024 election was marked by intense political and social polarization in the United States. His campaign emphasized themes such as border security, economic recovery, and combating crime, resonating strongly in key states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, which were crucial to his victory. Donald's return to the White House represents a significant turnaround in American politics. After his defeat in 2020, many political analysts considered his return to power unlikely. However, his campaign managed to mobilize a base of loyal voters and attract new supporters, including significant segments of the Latino and African American communities. In his victory speech, he declared, "This will truly be the golden age of America, promising a future of prosperity and strength for the country." He also emphasized the need to heal the country and fix the border and everything else, indicating the priorities of his upcoming term. Trump's victory also had significant implications for Congress. Republicans regained the majority in the Senate and retained control of the House of Representatives, providing the president-elect with a favorable legislative environment to implement his agenda. The 2024 election will be remembered as a decisive moment in American history, reflecting deep divisions, but also the capacity for mobilization and political resilience. The victory speech in Palm Beach not only celebrated an electoral achievement, but also outlined an ambitious vision for the future of the United States. The grand speech on November 6, 2024, represented an emblematic moment in his political trajectory, marking not only his return to the presidency, but also reaffirming his ability to galvanize a solid support base. The analysis of his speech reveals a carefully crafted rhetorical strategy aimed at inspiring confidence, reinforcing conservative values, and promoting his vision for the future of the United States. The speech followed a classic structure, beginning with acknowledgements, transitioning into a celebration of victory, and culminating in promises for the future. Trump opened his remarks by thanking voters and his family, highlighting the unwavering support of his allies. He then emphasized the historical significance of his victory, positioning himself as a symbol of political resilience and a defender of traditional American values. Among the key themes addressed were national unity. Despite his divisive rhetoric at earlier moments, Donald emphasized the need to heal the country and work for all Americans. This approach aimed to broaden his appeal beyond his traditional base. Border security. Reaffirming a central pillar of his platform, he promised to strengthen immigration control measures and fix the border. Economic recovery. He outlined ambitious plans to boost the economy, mentioning policies of deregulation and incentives for domestic industry. International resurgence. He also highlighted the importance of restoring the United States' position as a global power, mentioning the need for a strong military and strategic alliances. Trump employed a range of rhetorical techniques to captivate attention and strengthen his message. Emotional appeal. He evoked images of a prosperous and strong America to engage the audience emotionally. Phrases such as, "This will truly be the golden age of America," were designed to inspire optimism. Repetition and simplicity. Keywords like strength, prosperity, and security were repeated to reinforce the core message and make it memorable. Use of concrete examples. By referencing specific achievements from his previous term, such as pre-pandemic economic strength, Donald bolstered his credibility. The conciliatory and combative tone, alternating between conciliatory statements and incisive criticisms of his opponents, allowed him to energize his base without completely alienating other groups. The target audience of the speech included both his most loyal supporters and independent and moderate voters who decided to give his leadership another chance. His intention was twofold: to consolidate his legitimacy as a leader for all Americans, and to lay the groundwork for a term focused on his political priorities. The immediate impact of the speech was evident in the reaction of those present and in media coverage. While his supporters celebrated it as a resounding triumph, critics pointed out that the rhetoric of unity contrasted with the divisive tone of his campaign. Regardless of opinions, the speech solidified his image as a resilient and determined leader. The victory in the 2024 election and the content of his speech in Palm Beach provoke deep reflections on the role of leadership in times of intense polarization. This moment represents more than a personal achievement. It reflects structural and symbolic issues in American politics, raising debates about the resilience of democracy, the influence of populism, and the challenges of national reconciliation. The return to the White House illustrates the resilience of democratic institutions that allow even controversial figures to regain power through popular vote. This dynamic raises questions. How does American democracy handle polarizing leaders? Is the system prepared to balance freedom of choice with protection against authoritarian excesses? While his re-election reaffirms the democratic principle of alternation in power, it also underscores the importance of strengthening mechanisms that promote active and informed citizenship. The Trump campaign exemplified the strength of populism in contemporary political landscapes. By positioning himself as a voice of the people, he taps into dissatisfaction with elites and traditional institutions. This approach has two sides. On one hand, it revitalizes political engagement among historically apathetic segments. On the other, it risks exacerbating social divisions and weakening trust in democratic institutions. However, populism also raises universal questions. How can leaders balance energizing and mobilizing rhetoric with the responsibility of governing for all? How can they avoid a discourse aimed at their base, leading to the isolation of other significant segments of the population? Although Donald emphasized in his victory speech the need to heal the country, the task of reconciling a divided nation will be monumental. The United States faces internal challenges that go beyond partisan rivalries. Economic inequality, racial tensions, and distrust in institutions are just a few examples. In such contexts, conciliatory speeches must be followed by concrete actions to prevent the rhetoric of unity from being seen as superficial or opportunistic. In this scenario, the role of the leader is crucial. Building bridges requires empathy and an approach that transcends immediate political interests. Trump's upcoming term will be tested by his ability, or lack thereof, to translate his promises of reconciliation into policies that benefit all Americans. The speech sheds light on issues that transcend the United States. It serves as a case study of how charismatic leadership can shape national narratives, garner mass support, and simultaneously polarize opinions. His victory also underscores the importance of a vigilant citizenry that not only reacts to leadership, but also demands accountability and transparency. As the United States enters a new political phase, his message of prosperity and unity will be judged through the lens of time and tangible results. If he succeeds in transforming his vision into reality, he could leave a lasting legacy, If not, his term will become just another chapter in an era of deep divisions. Donald's victory in the 2024 presidential election and the tone of his victory speech mark a significant chapter in the political history of the United States. This event symbolizes not only the return of a central figure to the global stage, but also the persistence of challenges and opportunities that will shape the nation's future. Throughout this video, we explored the historical context and significance of his achievement, analyzed the rhetorical and thematic elements of his speech, and reflected on the challenges and implications of this new political phase. Trump promises a golden age for America, but to fulfill that promise, it will be necessary to transcend rhetoric and deliver tangible results that benefit all Americans. This moment is not merely a personal victory for him or his supporters, it is also a call to reflection for everyone who believes in the importance of democracy, dialogue, and responsible leadership. Whether we agree with his vision or not, it is undeniable that his impact on modern politics is profound and lasting. The future of the United States, like any democracy, will be defined not only by elected leaders, but also by the engagement of its citizens. This is a time to think critically, engage in constructive dialogue, and act consciously. If you enjoyed this video and would like to explore more analyses and reflections on historical speeches, don't forget to like, comment, and share this content. Subscribe to the channel to follow more debates and perspectives on the great moments that shape history. Together, we can better understand the past, reflect on the present, and imagine a more promising future.